Hello, my name is Dan Picker. I'm the Chief Technology Officer for Inseego. Inseego is the former Novatel Wireless inventor of the hotspot and actually the trademark owner of the term MiFi. Inseego is based in San Diego, California, and we actually have offices around the world, including Australia and Japan. So we sell our equipment through tier one operators in the US, as well as many as 15 major mobile operators abroad. We also sell into private networks for purposes of enterprise, government, first responders. We sell for purposes of distant learning, smart cities, and really to deliver high-speed broadband wherever it's required. Our equipment is all O-RAN compliant, and we're an active member of the O-RAN community, including the O-RAN Alliance and the O-RAN Policy Coalition. So if we look at where our products really fit into the whole picture of a 5G mobile network, we are an extension of the RAN to the very edge of the network. We are the on-ramp for devices, whether they're mobile devices or cameras or IoT devices. We're the first stop that those devices make to reach the rest of the network and ultimately the internet and ultimately the cloud. And with that, the performance of the overall network is only as good as what our equipment can provide. And for this reason, we provide extremely high capacity equipment up to many gigabits per second and very, very low latency. And some of our equipment also has additional capabilities to be able to actually do extra processing and have extra storage right on the edge to supplement the MEC or the multi-access edge cloud that might sit on the other side of the network. And this, by doing this, it enables us not only to be able to allow our devices to be managed from the cloud, but it actually allows us to be a bigger part of the actual solutions that our equipment is used for. And you can see we sit right on the edge at the other side of the 4G or 5G link, and we have our component that's in the cloud as well. So this really enables us to be used in Open RAN compliant and 3GPP compliant networks really throughout the world for any application you can think of, from emergency response to work from home, to smart warehouses, to schools. And once again, because of this cloud component that really comes with all of our equipment, it can all be remotely managed as well. So to give you a view of just a fraction of our portfolio, you can see it goes from the smallest, highest performance mobile hotspots on the left side. That little device can deliver really broadband speeds, multiple gigabits per second, wherever you happen to be. And those can be used by consumers, and they're also used by, for example, traveling insurance agents, for example, can really bring their quote unquote cable modem with them. Also indoor wireless devices of various types, and outdoor devices that can really deliver broadband data to either a house or an entire building or even an apartment building. And then finally, as we move to the right, you get industrial equipment that's a little bit more ruggedized to go into a first responder vehicle, or maybe to sit on a factory floor or in a robot, for example, that may be moving around. All of these applications have one thing in common, and that's that they are part of critical infrastructure for a company or a government or an enterprise. And for that reason, we take security very seriously, starting with building security to the core of the chipsets we use and the software that we put into them, and the hardware that we wrap around those chipsets. And then we take it for third-party penetration testing just to make sure we did our job right and there are no vulnerabilities. And then finally, we wrap an optional third layer around that allows you to optimize the security for the application you're delivering. And that could be content filtering. It could be allowing the device to detect threats in the network around it. These are all things that are built into our devices and manageable through our cloud backend. Those sort of capabilities have allowed us to really work with many, many customers throughout the world, whether they're operators or enterprises or technology partners. One example of an application that we're involved with the ORAN community is a smart warehouse. And in fact, we're involved with a number of similar applications that are warehouses or factories where you have a combination of perhaps autonomous vehicles that need to be run through a very low latency network to do inventory management, to carry products from one place to another, maybe to enable AI and ML for object and people tracking and detection. And even we have a couple of installations where personnel are walking around with AR or VR glasses to either to do servicing of tasks or identification of inventory. And this requires a very high performance device to run those glasses. Another example, we have a couple of Fortune 500 retailers that both kind of share that they don't have an IT department that can be at each of their sites, because these are very large organizations with thousands of stores. And so what they need is something that's very reliable. They're not going to have to send personnel out to reinstall, and that they can manage remotely. And our cloud management platform is really the perfect thing for that. So we've really found a place there as well. And both of these examples are using ORAN compatible networks. So with that, we'll just kind of wrap up here. It was very nice to be here today and to talk to you a little bit about Inseego. Really, we provide all of the performance and all of the reliability and security that you'd expect for the most demanding applications wherever you would need to use them. And as we mentioned before, we're being used in all of the Quad countries today, and we have equipment really being used throughout the world. So thank you very much for having us today. I appreciate your time.